Ronda Rousey comes out. Corey Graves says she might be the maddest woman on the planet after Saturday.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
She goes to speak when Shayna Baszler comes out, and Baszler says, "We're all tired of hearing you speak on a microphone." And Rousey asks, why? Why after 10 years of loyalty? And Baszler calls her a narcissist. And the only reason you're standing in a WWE ring is because of me. I should be the one to apologize for bringing you here. I'm the one that was building rings just to get in front of 30 people. I'm the one who had to fill out an application. I paid my dues while you waltzed right in here and worked at WrestleMania. Baszler says, I love this, and you've ruined this for me, and I'm the one who can finally shut you up. So Rousey then kicks her off the apron, attacks her on the floor, and there's a rear naked choke by Rousey, but then is flipped over. Baszler applies an ankle lock, and then there's a knee strike to the head of Rousey and just drilled her. And Rousey screams that they're not done yet as Baszler walks out. And the dialogue, if you just listen to how I've described it, it's the usual like heel by Shayna Baszler of, I love this. You're the spoiled one here and everything like that. Like it felt like it was designed as Baszler's the heel here, but I think everyone took Shayna as like baby face here because I think that she came off so much more kind of honest in her assessment here. And this, by the end of it, I feel like it was Shayna that the audience was clearly behind here.
I thought it was like so much in the direction of positioning Shayna as a babyface that I almost feel like it was intentional, John. Like, how can you? Ronda Rousey is already a character that everybody who boos her, recognizes as somebody who didn't necessarily earn her spot, so to speak. She's a celebrity who kind of came in here. And for that reason, to continue to fan those flames, I can't imagine it being done for any reason other than to somehow babyface Shayna Baszler and all this. And for that reason, I don't know why you did that type of attack you did on Saturday. I'm confused in that sense, but I thought this was a great segment, and I thought it was a great promo from Shayna Baszler. Probably the best promo I've actually heard Shayna cut. Certainly,
I thought even like I thought for Rousey, for her part, like she was good in the segment too. Like I like this quite a bit. If you were going to tell me we're going to do a talking segment between these two and Shayna's carrying the promo, I'd have my reservations. But this is something that you can see they're both very, very invested in this with their history together. They've wanted this program, and that came through. Like this felt authentic.
Totally, and the story is very believable. I mean, obviously not that Shayna is jealous of her friend, but all the history that they spoke about. I mean, Shayna did introduce professional wrestling to Ronda and made her a fan, and she did work more indies than Ronda, who I don't believe has ever worked any indies. And so you can understand.
She did do a cameo at AIW,
which we were there for.
Yes. Shayna Baszler and Heidi Lovelace.
Correct. Yeah. But she did not set up the ring, John. Okay.
No, she did not do that.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed the story. I thought Shayna delivered it remarkably well and got so well that she got the entire crowd cheering for her. So whether or not it's intentional, we shall see. But man, there's no way these audiences are going to boo Shayna with these types of promos over Ronda Rousey. So maybe they should run with it.
Listen, if Shayna's the one sticking around, like you want to have her in sort of like the new badass, like the new shooter that Ronda, that was her role that she occupied. So I think whatever it is going into this, you want Shayna coming out almost in this role that she could go heel or babyface. And if the audience takes to her, great. We're not going to complain about that. Think of just a big badass babyface for Rhea to have as an opponent would be great. You don't need a big heel on Raw when you've got Rhea Ripley. So I think for the long term, that would suit Shayna. I certainly look at this as at least a optimistic view on Shayna, without Ronda Rousey, it is going to be a tough road for her.
Well, look at her at NXT though. She didn't need Ronda Rousey there, and she was fantastic.
It's a different world on the main roster.
And you can argue maybe her presence has sort of been like hurt by several years now of just kind of mid-card nothingness. But, Levesque is, somebody who I think has seen star power within her, and this could be an attempt. And certainly it's a big feud for her, and presumably a big match at SummerSlam that could really elevate her to that status.
I will say, I do feel it's missing sort of that connective tissue of what forced her at this moment and to throw away the tag titles. I don't think we're going to get an explanation over. Like, you have been teaming with this woman for all this time. You have been by her side for months and months. And Saturday was the tipping point.
In the middle of the match. Yeah, I completely agree. It wasn't even like an incident within the body of the match that would lead you to think that she would snap like that. I mean, there might have been some sort of suggestion of like Ronda tagging herself in for Shayna, but like it wasn't emphasized certainly by the camera work nor the announcers. So you're right. I think it would have helped if Shayna addressed the particular moment of her deciding to turn on her. But it's a rushed feud, John. Clearly.
I think everyone looks at this and understands, like, this was something that, I mean, injuries have been, affecting it, not just like Ronda's injury, but you had Liv's injury in there that probably threw stuff into like a monkey wrench into all of this. They're taking what should be several months and it's being condensed into 5 weeks.
What's the latest we've heard about Ronda Rousey's contractual status?
I don't know like how long her contract is, but it would certainly seem that this is building towards SummerSlam. And then the question is like, like Dave Meltzer reported, there's a hard out for Ronda. And I had heard similar that like, I don't know when it is, but that Ronda is probably going to be taking off. I don't know if that means she comes back down the road or what. But it would seem logical that SummerSlam or somewhere around that is probably where they're going to be wrapping this up with Ronda, and hence they have to race through this and get to there. So okay. I don't know what like the date is, but that would certainly seem to be like where this is all leading to. Hey, we've got 5 bonus shows this week on the Post Wrestling Cafe, and you are diving into Super Card of Honor 7 because that's on the homework list for Rewind Away.
Oh, it's what better thing to do at 1 a.m. than to watch an ROH championship match featuring Jay Briscoe versus Kevin Steen. I'm looking forward to it. What else do we have coming out this week?
Well, unlike ROH, our stream never goes down because we've got coverage of New Japan's Independence Day cards, Collision Course with John Cena and Kate from Montreal. All can be found at postwrestlingcafe.com.